the new lawsuit coming for Jay, the part with Jay. I go, oh shoot, like
To us, that
had to be there.
we getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else.
Jay-Z should be charged. Khaled should be charged. Rick Ross should be charged.
The billionaire boss is like, I hate you, man. I was unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm gonna be with you this year.
It seems 50 Cent isn't letting up when it comes to Jay-Z and Diddy. The streets are buzzing because this time, he may have dropped evidence that could shake things up in a major way. For weeks now, 50 has been openly criticizing those who stayed, silent while Diddy was allegedly behaving recklessly behind the scenes. And while some celebrities have tried to act unaware, 50 made it clear. Not Jay-Z. He strongly suggested that Hov didn't just know what was going on, but may have actually helped keep it under wraps. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Right after 50 began mentioning Jay by name and hinting at more evidence, Jay-Z suddenly stepped back from the public eye. No appearances, no paparazzi shots, no statements. It's definitely giving off a laying low vibe. Now, people are starting to question whether the pressure is beginning to affect him. Because if 50's claims are accurate, and Jay was really involved in helping Diddy hide misconduct, this situation could be much more serious than it first appeared. So, is Jay-Z hiding something? Or is this just another one of 50 Cent's tactics to stir things up? Let's break it all down. As Diddy's legal battles continue to escalate, more allegations are coming to light. Cassie has been testifying in court, revealing disturbing details about what allegedly occurred behind closed doors. One of the most unsettling testimonies came from a male escort, who claimed that Diddy allegedly forced him to participate in certain acts with Cassie during one of their so-called freak-off events. But here's what's raising eyebrows. Despite all the chaos, the arrests, the accusations, the lawsuits, some of Diddy's closest friends have remained completely silent. Not a word, not a social media post, nothing. And topping that list of silence is Jay-Z. Everyone knows Jay and Diddy have been close for years. They've collaborated on business ventures, referred to each other as brothers, and of course, appeared together at the now infamous billionaire brunch where they flaunted their wealth and influence.
You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a black billionaire's lunch. Yeah. You understand?
Right. Jay-Z is setting Diddy up.
He was gonna blow up his car allegedly, and so when they sit down at dinner, Kid Cudi's like, well, what about my car?
But now that Diddy is under intense scrutiny, Jay-Z seems to be distancing himself. No statements, no defense, no acknowledgement at all. Meanwhile, 50 Cent isn't backing down. He recently took to social media, sharing old footage of Jay and Diddy together, adding the caption, "Friends till the end? Jay, you still there? We blew up Kid Cudi's car to show him who's boss." He was referencing a long-standing rumor. Back when Kid Cudi was allegedly involved with Cassie, Diddy supposedly got jealous and retaliated by having Cudi's car blown up. Street chatter claims Jay-Z was allegedly aware of the situation. Some even suggest he helped organize it and connected Diddy with the people who carried it out. Now, that incident is resurfacing, and it could be a problem. But that's not the only skeleton supposedly in Jay's closet. According to ongoing speculation, Jay didn't just assist Diddy in covering up the Cudi matter. He also allegedly helped conceal other damaging information. One name that keeps coming up is Kathy White. She was reportedly preparing to speak out about an affair she had with Jay-Z, but before she could say anything publicly, she passed away. The rumor? That Diddy was somehow involved in handling the situation. That's the talk making the rounds at least.
Kathy White's true killer is going to be unveiled. And it's not a man. And that woman died screaming.
Kathy White's real killer may soon be revealed. And according to some sources, it's not a man. Reports suggest she died in distress. And speaking of individuals being silenced, many still remember Uncle Ron, Jay-Z's former bodyguard. reportedly passed away from pneumonia, but a lot of people are skeptical about that explanation, especially since he was allegedly preparing to go public with serious claims. Uncle Ron had stated that both Jay-Z and Diddy once tried to pay him to harm Biggie Smalls. Yes, that same long-standing theory that Diddy was allegedly involved in Biggie's death and continued profiting from his name. Uncle Ron reportedly planned to take his story to law enforcement until he suddenly died from what's being described as pneumonia. To many, that feels more like a cover-up than a coincidence.
Why is nobody really looking into what happened to Uncle Ron? Why is nobody talking about the email that was sent to Tough News that stated allegedly Kathy White and Kim Porter were very much so in touch?
And that's not where the claims stop. Jaguar Wright has also spoken out, repeatedly saying that Jay-Z and Diddy are connected to a much deeper web of trouble. She brought up Kim Porter, who allegedly had written a tell-all book about Diddy's private dealings, but before it could be released, Kim tragically passed away. Rumors suggest Jay-Z may have helped suppress that information as well. Then there's the case of Heavy D, and let's not overlook Al B, sure, who slipped into a coma under suspicious conditions. Now that he's recovered, he's not staying silent. He has publicly stated that he's ready to testify against Diddy. According to Al B, sure, he holds important details about what really happened to Kim Porter and who helped keep those facts from surfacing. And once again, Jay-Z's name is coming up in the conversation.
You have volunteered to testify at the trial, correct?
Not as of yet. Actually, I was subpoenaed.
Okay.
So my attorneys worked something out. So I believe when the time is right, I'm going to discuss it with my attorneys.
But you're willing to?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Let's take a moment to think about this. When Kanye West said back in the day that Jay-Z got killers, many brushed it off as just another one of Kanye's dramatic outbursts. But looking back now, that statement seems to carry an entirely different weight. It raises the question, was he actually telling the truth?
For example, when he felt the way about Jay-Z, and he went up on that stage right before he got hospitalized years ago when he was on tour, and he says, Jay-Z want to kill me.
Honestly, it's not all that shocking to see Jay-Z connected to Diddy in this situation, especially considering Jay was dealing with a serious lawsuit of his own not too long ago. Many of you might remember, he was accused of assaulting a 13-year-old girl years ago. And according to the legal documents and allegations, Diddy was also allegedly present at the time. The claim suggests that both men were involved in the incident. Now, whether or not you believe it, the old saying, birds of a feather flock together, seems to be playing out. These two have reportedly been moving in questionable circles for a long time. While the charges against Jay-Z were eventually dropped, that didn't happen without raising a lot of eyebrows. Some believe Jay used his wealth and influence to quietly pressure the victim behind the scenes, getting others involved, to help bury the case, wiping the slate clean as if nothing ever happened.
The Alabama woman who said she was raped by rappers Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs when she was 13 has actually withdrawn her lawsuit.
The Alabama woman who had filed the lawsuit, alleging that rappers Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs assaulted her when she was just 13, eventually withdrew the case. Still, 50 Cent wasn't about to let that slide unnoticed. While Jay-Z was seemingly brushing it off, going so far as to attend the Mufasa, the Lion King movie premiere with his daughter Blue Ivy, 50 took to social media once again. He posted, "Everybody get dressed, we going to see Mufasa lol." As usual, 50 didn't hold back. While some saw it as trolling, others pointed out that he's directly calling out what he sees as double standards. And when it comes to allegations involving underage girls, Jay-Z's past continues to draw attention. Long-standing rumors suggest he was involved with Foxy Brown when she was still underage. People have whispered for years that he took her virginity while she was barely, if even, of legal age. That entire relationship raised questions, especially considering the age difference and the pressures of the music industry at the time.
It was allegedly a romantical thing. It's all right, I'll say alleged, but we know. Yeah, she hit it before Beyonce.
And since we're discussing timelines, we have to bring up Beyonce, because if you really look closely at when things reportedly began between her and Jay-Z, she was still in her teenage years. The numbers just don't quite line up. the public, narrative suggests she was of age, but there's been a lot of uncertainty around the actual timeline, yet no one wants to address it. Likely because it involves two of the biggest names in the business, Jay-Z and Beyonce. Still, these questions deserve to be examined.
You know, I gotta ask. I mean, a lot of people think, yes, these two are together. What's going on?
Let's talk about Remy Satterthwaite, Jay-Z's alleged hidden son. Remy has been pushing for a DNA test from Jay for years, but Jay keeps avoiding it like it's a serious threat. Every time Remy gets close to obtaining proof, the documents either get sealed or mysteriously altered. Here's the real issue. If the test confirms paternity, it would mean Jay-Z was involved with Remy's mother when she was just 16. That starts to show a troubling pattern.
You see the pattern forming?
That Wanda told me that when he found out that she was with child, he came looking for her.
And honestly, the list just keeps expanding. How many warning signs are needed? Let's take it back to Jay's ties with R. Kelly. Even after there were ongoing whispers about Kelly's disturbing conduct, even after it was known he married. Aaliyah at just 15, Jay still went ahead and did a full album and tour with him. That move led to a major fallout with Dame Dash, who refused to be part of it. But Jay went forward anyway, choosing business over ethics, it seems.
Yeah, when Jay did a project with R. Kelly, knowing that he had raped Aaliyah.
Look at the company Jay has kept, R. Kelly, Diddy, both surrounded by similar allegations. Yet Jay-Z somehow always walks away untouched. Why is that? Things get more complicated when you factor in a now-deleted interview with Piers Morgan. Jaguar Wright, who's long been outspoken about the industry, made a bold claim. She said Jay-Z actually played a role in orchestrating the Me Too campaign that led to R. Kelly's downfall. She alleged that Jay even funded parts of it and pressured certain women to speak out, not necessarily to support justice, but to shift the focus and protect his own brand. In her words, Jay threw Kelly under the bus to keep his own past out of the spotlight.
Spearheaded the Surviving R. Kelly campaign, which fueled the Me Too campaign. And that was all funded by Sean Carter to make sure that Robert Kelly went to jail.
This is starting to look like a full-scale industry cover-up, and Jay-Z's name keeps popping up. The more 50 Cent continues to stir the pot, the more things start surfacing. It's like Pandora's box has been cracked open and everyone's watching it play out in real time. But let's be honest, even with everything that's come out, some folks will still say, oh, 50's just bitter. He's mad he's not in the billionaire club. Okay, but we all know 50 Cent doesn't hide his dislike for Diddy. That goes way back, allegedly to a time when Diddy tried to take him shopping like he was claiming a new toy. According to 50, Diddy was acting too familiar, crossing lines, and 50 made it clear he wasn't going for it. He even said he nearly hit him over it.
I looked at him like, what'd you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You're gonna make me mess up the wedding.
Oh, that's a nice gesture.
Let me get out of no. Dude, take me. That's what a guy says to him.
And ever since that incident, it's been non-stop tension. Anytime Diddy shows up in the media, whether it's a party, a scandal, or even a federal investigation, 50's right there with a meme, a post, or a whole video mocking him. He's stayed on Diddy's neck consistently. And when Diddy's properties were raided by the feds, instead of playing it cool, Diddy's own son jumped into the drama and aimed shots at 50 too. So, let's be clear, there's no peace between them and never has been. As for Jay-Z and 50, that's a different level of rivalry. Jay's been making quiet moves behind the scenes, like during the Super Bowl halftime show. You remember that lineup? Dr. Dre, Snoop, Kendrick, Mary J. Blige, and Eminem. But Jay-Z, who was the NFL's music advisor, reportedly tried to keep 50 Cent off the stage. He allegedly told the league that 50 wasn't a good fit, blaming it on supposed concerns from the NFL. But let's be real, it was just payback. Jay didn't like that 50 could publicly mock him in his circle and still succeed. So when the chance came to exclude him, Jay took it.
They were saying the NFL had some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. Like, what is the issue?
Fast forward to recently, and 50 Cent is still taking shots at Jay-Z's wife, Beyonce, this time over her low ticket sales during the Renaissance tour. A news report revealed that Beyonce's ticket sales aren't moving as quickly as before, and 50 couldn't resist. He posted a screenshot of the headline on Instagram, captioning it, "Getting real out here. Hey, the tickets ain't selling." What's even more notable is that Jay-Z hasn't responded. No defense, no comeback, not even a quote tweet. It's been a whole week since the Diddy trial began. Testimonies are coming in, names are being mentioned constantly, and Jay-Z is nowhere to be seen, not even for a photo opportunity. This has led to whispers that he might have gone into hiding, not just staying low, but completely off the grid. If more victims testify and Jay-Z's name gets tangled in this ongoing RICO investigation, things could get complicated. Some sources speculate he might be planning to flee to a country without extradition agreements, just in case he's subpoenaed to testify. While that hasn't been confirmed, rumors are already spreading. So when 50 Cent is posting leaks and mocking Jay-Z, he's not just stirring drama, he's voicing what many already suspect. People have been watching Jay-Z for years, wondering how he continues to avoid trouble, despite being close to individuals who face serious consequences. Diddy, R. Kelly, Epstein ties, rumors about Foxy Brown, Beyoncé's timeline, and the Remy paternity situation. Something has never quite added up. Now, I want to hear your thoughts. Do you believe Jay-Z is really hiding because he knows what's coming? Or is he simply being his usual quiet self while the internet reacts? Was Kanye West telling the truth when he said Jay-Z has killers? Is everything finally starting to make sense? Do you think 50 Cent is genuinely exposing the truth? Or is this all just old grudges and petty rivalries? Drop your opinions below and let's keep this conversation going. And if you've made it this far, don't forget to like the video, hit that subscribe button, and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of the upcoming updates.